Hi, Will Anderson here, and this is Pete Anderson. We hope you've been keeping up with all of our videos thus far, and we wanted to give you an update to where we are now. We just had a wonderful performance as award winners at the Bistro Awards, which is a wonderful foundation specializing in cabaret, blues, and jazz, and they give awards to great artists in the New York City area. We were so thrilled to be two of them, and we got to perform alongside the legendary Sheila Jordan, wonderful vocalist. It was an honor to see her perform, and we capped off the evening joining Andre DeShields, who's a wonderful choreographer, performer, actor, singer. He does it all, and it was really an honor to get to meet him and share the stage with him, so we were so inspired.
He was actually in the middle of his performance, and I decided to kind of butt right in and start playing out from the audience. So I think it went over pretty well, and I hope no one was bothered at the fact that we kind of bogarted their performance. It made it really, really fun.
Thanks so much to the Bistro Awards.
That same week, later, we recorded 2 songs with our trio, with our guitarist Felix Lamerrill, and we did it for Brandon Bain's YouTube series that's called Casulocity.
This is such a great series,
and we're really excited for it to come out. We recorded Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue and Richard Rodgers' My Favorite Things. And again, we're really excited what Brandon is doing. We also did a few interviews with him about our time in New York and the New York jazz scene.
We'll put a link below to Casulocity. They've got so many great videos by millennial jazz musicians. There's so many, and it's got a big following, so check it out. Well, next, my brother and I both performed at the George Avakian Memorial. Unfortunately, a few months ago, we lost a legendary producer, and he was in his 90s. He had a long career. He was so prolific and so positive and really helped the jazz community. He produced Duke Ellington, he produced Louis Armstrong, he produced Dave Brubeck. You know, these jazz recordings that we hold in such high esteem. George was a wonderful person, and my brother and I performed several selections during his memorial service, and it was a very memorable and moving experience.
A few days later, we stopped by the Ear Inn, which is a great, very historic bar down in Tribeca in Manhattan, and our good friend John Eric Kelso leads a performance there every Sunday evening from 8 to 11.
He's got a ton of musicians joining him. It rotates every week. Great musicians like Scott Robinson, Ken Poplawski, Harry Allen, and occasionally my brother and I are lucky enough to join John.
So that was really fun. If you can, check out the Ear Inn on Sundays.
After that, we had a great performance at the Blue Note down in the West Village in New York City. We had Pat Bianchi joining us. We had the great drummer Kenny Washington joining us for that performance, and Adam Mazzinia. It was a thrill to play there. My brother and I went to our first jazz show ever at the Blue Note when we were in elementary or middle school. I can't remember. We were very young, and it was great to return there.
And we really want to thank John Herr for coming and providing so many great photos of our show. A couple days later after that, my brother and I drove up to Northampton, Massachusetts. There's a pianist that lives up there by the name of Paul Arslanian. He's a fantastic musician, very accomplished and well recorded. He's a great guy, and he has a jazz series that runs every week up in Northampton. And my brother and I were honored to be the special guest this particular week, and it's our 3rd time performing for this series. And the audience and all the people in Northampton are just so receptive to jazz music. They're very sophisticated and very educated about the music, so we really had a blast, and we really want to thank Paul for having us.
After that, we played several concerts for the Catskill Jazz Factory. We went up just about 2 hours north of New York City, and we joined Brianna Thomas. We joined Adam Mazzinia and Dave Barron to put on a show of Gershwin's Porgy and Bess. And some of these songs you've heard of, like Summertime and It Ain't Necessarily So, but there's so many more that get overlooked, and it was just a thrill to go up there and perform this music. Piers Playfair runs an incredible series up there. They feature musicians like Dominic Farinacci and Aaron Deal, and we're so lucky to be part of the family, and we look forward to visiting up there again soon.
Probably the most exciting thing that we did this past month was lead a concert for Jack Kleinsinger's Highlights in Jazz concert series. It's down at the Tribeca Performing Arts Center, and the theme was Millennials Meet the Masters. So we had my brother and myself on saxophones, and Felix Lamero on the guitar, and Dominic Carinacci on the trumpet. So those were the millennials, and then we had 4 masters performing with us. So we had Steve Teray on the trombone, Tardo Hammer on the piano, Buster Williams on the bass, and the legendary Jimmy Cobb.
It was such a great opportunity to get to play with him. He's 89 years old. He still plays like he's in his 20s. He played on Kind of Blue and a lot of those classic Miles Davis recordings.
It was really a one-in-a-lifetime thrill in our careers so far. Please look out for the footage. We had a lot of fun. We played a lot of songs that Jimmy Cobb recorded when he was in his 20s, and a lot of the Miles Davis hits that he's known for. So that was really fun.
After that, we played a show at the Iguana with the great Vince Giordano, and this particular day happened to be both my brother and my birthday, and we happened to be subbing at the same time. It was a great night. Vince Giordano plays every Monday and Tuesday at the Iguana on West 54th in New York City, and it's just a blast. There's an 11-piece band. We're playing hits by the great Fletcher Henderson, Jimmy Lunsford, Duke Ellington, and sometimes there are celebrities there. Mel Brooks has been there, Elvis Costello, Michael Feinstein, Liza Minnelli. So if you're in New York, every Monday and Tuesday, you gotta check out Vince Giordano.
So we're about to leave tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn. We're embarking on a 5-week tour. We're going all around the country. We're playing in dozens of cities, going as far as Phoenix, Arizona, and we're going to be updating you on all the stops along the way, and we're going to be joined by our guitarist, Felix Lamero.
It's going to be a blast. We're playing at a number of jazz clubs. We're going to be giving performances at high schools. I just spoke to the director at Dysart High School in Phoenix, and there's going to be 600 high school kids in the audience for us. So we're really looking forward to that, among maybe 10 other high schools that we're visiting. We're really looking forward to getting in front of some young students and telling them about what we do and inspiring them to play music.
We really want to thank Daddario, Reed, and Woodwind Products for providing us with a lot of samples to give to the kids. So we're going to be giving out reeds, pencils, lanyards, all types of things from Daddario. So we really appreciate that. Lastly, we just want to mention that we have something really exciting coming up this August at Symphony Space. We're going to be leading a very exciting month-long show there.
We also want to thank all of our supporters at Patreon. Patreon's a platform where people can support our videos. We've got a lot of equipment to buy, like cameras and sound recording equipment, and this is how we can bring you all the information about the tours, recordings, performances that we're doing on saxophone and clarinet. We really want to thank all of our Patreons there, so you can go on over to Patreon, and for as little as $1, you can support this channel and all these new videos coming out, so you can hear about what my brother and I are doing around the country, performing at festivals and schools and colleges. We're just having a blast doing it, so thank you so much.
Thanks so much, and see you next time.